Distance Nerding.
Distance Nerding. All right, I think it's time. We're here. Let's get this party started, shall we? So welcome. I am Graveyard by myself for right now. Young Phil is running a little bit late. No worries. We have the show going and we have our guests ready to go. But before anything else that we have for you tonight, we have to get into our sponsors. Yes, the sponsors that help keep the lights on for Young Phil, John Maz, 5000, myself, Ray, and one and only Fours. And yeah, we are powered by the one and only Poddex. That's right, Poddex, our unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. If you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your channel and get more engagement from the audience, make sure to check out Poddex. I personally use Poddex. I'm using it for the new show that I'm working on called Conversations in the Void. And here at Distance Nerding, we use it as well. So make sure to check out Poddex. Go to poddex.com and use code NERDING10 for 10% off all of your Poddex needs. Yes, and we always wonder what keeps young Phil so energized and everything else that he has. We have our other sponsor to thank for that, and that is Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drink created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. It contains no maltodextrin, no sugar fillers, no artificial colors or dyes, and it's very keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor, which is derived from the coffee fruit. It contains 150 milligrams of caffeine to keep your brain focused and energized. It has 3 essential B vitamins to keep you alert. So make sure to find out more and go to dubby.gg and use code NERDING10 for 10% off of Dubby. So thank you, Dubby and Poddex, for that. We appreciate everything you do. And for everyone watching here, welcome. Like I said, Phil will be here momentarily. But without further ado, I have the pleasure of introducing. Oh, there's Phil right now. Nailed it. Sit in traffic. He'll be sitting promise. No worries, Phil. I got this for now. But without further ado, I've had the distinct pleasure. We talked to Dylan Brown, a collaborator of this guy, Josh Brucker from Gray Sky Pictures. I've been talking to him pretty almost every day now for a couple of weeks. And let's bring on the one and only Joshua Brucker. How's it going?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
Pretty good. I'm excited. I know we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, getting you on here.
Yes. Yep. Finally here.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we talked to Dylan, who introduced us to you and everyone part of Horror Dad's productions, and it's awesome. I've had the pleasure of watching your movies, and so has Phil. We text each other all the time. We're watching like, oh man, did you see this scene? Did you see this scene? And stuff like that. So thank you for being here. I'm excited. Yeah. So let's get into this if you're ready for this.
Yeah.
So you are director, writer, and producer for Mothman and the upcoming film The Woodman, right?
Yeah. So that's a pretty distinct, title to have, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I am a director. I would say first I'd like to write. My passion is there, and that's where the whole started, really.
Yeah.
Back in, I think it was the winter of 21 going into 22, I started writing screenplays again. I used to do it for fun on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I started, doing it a little bit more because I had some free time on my hands, thanks to COVID and layoffs. And I was able to, I put something together, and then I really started getting into the found footage films. Like I've always been a big fan, but for whatever reason during that period of time, I was just inundated myself with them, and I was just sat there thinking like, why don't I go out and make my own movie? That's kind of basically where it started. I had met some people in the found footage group. Dylan was one of them, and I started talking to him a little bit, and he was like a huge support system for me, or he helped create, the support system that I have now when it comes to this whole thing. And he was able to kind of show me the ropes a little bit. He gave me some, behind the scenes stuff for the flock he was making at the time, and it really showed, that normal guy can go out and make a movie, and that's kind of what I did. I put together a crowdfunding campaign. We opened in February, and I think I ended it sometime mid-April. And I set a goal of like $3,000 because I honestly had no idea how the hell to budget a found footage film. I had a good idea. I knew what stuff would cost, but we ended up closing out at close to 14,000. So,
oh wow,
it's pretty good. So going into Mothman was a lot of fun. It was crazy because I really had no idea what to expect. Right. So
yeah,
with that, I chose to actually surround myself with quite a few people who really could show me what I needed to know, and it really helped. And now Mothman was a huge learning experience. There's certain things about the film that I don't even like. I wish we had more time to work on. There were things that we planned to do differently, but we shot that whole movie in about 5 days.
Oh wow!
Well, 4.5 technically, I guess. But the fourth day was, or the fifth day was. We actually drove out to Point Pleasant from where we were at and filmed a scene out there at the Mothman statue downtown.
Yep.
So
how was that, by the way? I saw that. I knew immediately where you were without all that stuff. How was that drive? I mean, how was the town? Did you get to talk to like the museum or anything like that?
We the cast and crew that ended up joining us, because most of us had departed that morning because we had to be out of our lodging location then. So the last leg of the trip was just to head out to Point Pleasant, film that scene real quick in front of the statue, and then part ways. So yeah, we were able to walk through the museum. I had done it a couple years prior with my family, because we have family in Ohio, so Point Pleasant was only about a 2-hour drive.
Right.
We took the kids out there for the weekend, and when we got there, we got to walk around, talked a little bit, met a lot of the townsfolk. Actually, was it a connection that I made because Mothman had its first public screening at the Mothman Festival that year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. That was pretty cool. So I've been there about 3 times now.
I have yet to go. Surprisingly, it's not that far from us. Really?
That's not.
No.
I think from where I live, if I drove there straight through to go to the festival, and that was about a 6-hour drive.
Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right, so we do have some introduction questions just to get people to know you, and we call it growing up geeky. So what did you geek out on as a kid? Was it horror movies or was it something else for you?
Yeah, I would say probably horror. As a kid, I was actually just talking to my fiance about it a little bit ago, because my son's starting to go through like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle phase, right?
Nice.
And I tried to when I was a kid, but my mom wouldn't let me because I kept wanting to ninja fight everybody I could. So eventually, but one of the big TV shows is Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps, and I think that's probably where my interest in horror started. And then I would stay the night at my grandpa's house a lot, and he was the only one in the family that had HBO at the time, and he had obviously a VHS player, and he would record all of the Tales of the Crypt episodes.
Yes.
So I went through all of those as a kid, and one of my fond memories is staying the night with him and going to, I think it was a family video, and I would always rent a horror movie for the night.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, Tales from the Crypt, love that show. It was a sleeper show, which it was surprisingly on for a good number of years. Lots of stars in it. And, and I read the Goosebumps books growing up, and I was excited when the show came out. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have my kids watching it. My oldest reads Goosebumps, and I go, all right, we're going to read the book first, and then you'll watch the episode. And she's going to be 12, and we started this a couple of years ago. She goes, the books are better.
Oh yeah,
yes,
they always are. They always are.
Yeah.
Watching the old episodes of the Goosebumps now, I'm like, kind of cringy.
Yeah,
sometimes
it is.
But I mean, it's great. It was great for kids that when we were that young, because we're not like nitpicking acting styles and things.
All right, last grown up geeky question: if a movie was based on your life, who would you like to play you? Who would play Josh Brucker?
Probably Jack Black.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
I mean, it would. I think I try to be a funny guy, I think, sometimes in my day-to-day life. And I guess, a lot of his mannerisms kind of match me. I've been told that by other people, so I'm just kind of going to roll with it.
Nice. Yeah. Like I said, I'd say Chuck Norris for me, just because of the beard.
Of course.
So, all right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying let's dive into your filmmaking, the meat of Josh Brucker, right? So what inspired you to get into making movies? Was there any particular movie, or was this something that you said you wrote screenplays in the past? So obviously it was something that's always been in your mind.
Yeah, it has. Like I said, I wasn't working at the time. We didn't have, I decided to take some time off at that point also, because my fiance was going through paramedic school and things like that. So, and we have 4 children at home. So it was a lot easier for somebody to stay home while she went to school, worked full time, and did clinicals, right? So I needed something to fill my brain at that point.
Right.
But I think, like I had mentioned earlier, getting into found footage, joining a lot of these found footage groups on Facebook. Tubi was huge because Tubi had like all of them. And so I started just watching, consuming, and then meeting other filmmakers in the group. And I'm like, well, I mean, these guys are just normal guys.
Right.
Have found the time and the means to make a movie. No different really separates myself from them. So I decided to just go after it.
Awesome. So James from the chat wants to know, did you go into thinking found footage just from the get-go, or did you ever have any styles in the past, and how does that differ from what you would call traditional filmmaking?
So I wanted to do found footage first and foremost, right? So because of that, I knew that I could get it done a little bit cheaper and quicker than a traditional film is, because I kind of understood the cost of making like a traditional film, because it's all about time, right? And with found footage, you can kind of just run and gun, and you can film your scenes without having to move an extensive amount of lighting, camera, things like that. So time's definitely on your side when you're making a found footage film, and that's kind of one of the things that kind of kept me there. But now that I'm in it and I made a found footage movie, I don't really see myself deviating personally from that. I know other members of the horror dads want to start doing more traditional stuff, but I think I'm going to stick with found footage for a while. Yeah.
Nice. And James also wants to know, you talk about, planning out the light and sound and blocking for found footage, where to point the camera. How do you plan that out? Is it just organic to it, or you just kind of go, what's your style for figuring that out, I guess?
It's all about it's the director's eye, right? So how you envision the scene playing out. And that's really it. So when I personally write scripts for found footage stuff, I basically tell it like a story, and the camera is part of the narrative,
right?
So there's no camera direction really in my style, because that's kind of something that we're able to hash out on set, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll make statements about, camera stationary, camera set down, cameras pointed here. But really, like the camera movements and everything like that comes pretty natural if the cinematographer is pretty familiar with found footage, because it's just kind of, you stay with the action and you don't leave the action.
Right.
And actually, Tyler, who was my cinematographer for Woodman, had never done a found footage film. He was super excited to get into it, and I think he killed it. But I know that he definitely did some research, and him and I had a lot of conversations about what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
But he also, brought a lot of that to the table too, because cinematographer has their own eye as well, and that's, when it comes down to getting the shots that you want for a found footage film, particularly teamwork there. So, him and I jived pretty well and became good friends. And very rarely did I ever have to reshoot a scene because I felt like it was good.
Wow, that's so. I mean, so it sounds like you act because the camera is part of the film itself, right? So do you write?
Yeah.
Essentially, the camera is an actor, essentially, with the staging and vision and scenes. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So when you're kind of writing it and the character with the camera, and you kind of write his direction, you're saying that you're sort of narrating the camera direction as well.
Awesome. So, what would you say the biggest hurdle you've had when making your 2 movies now?
Trying to find people to babysit my children. It's hard.
Yeah.
Biggest hurdle is I haven't had anything too insurmountable at this point. I've been able to tackle pretty much everything. I would say keeping everything within the budget, because it's super easy to overspend.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty good. I mean it's something that is, for anyone listening. Josh and I have been talking for a few weeks now, and we're discussing how I want to get into this found footage and camera making and filmmaking stuff too, because it's something I've always wanted to do. So James, I hear you, brother. What are you supposed to do with all those kids? James has like 17 kids, so. All right, so
I'm hoping at some point they become just self-sufficient. I could be
at some point. You hope so, right?
Yeah.
So talking about budget, let's say you were given $1 million or even $10 million to do a movie. If you got that studio funding, would you still do a found footage, or would you try to do something different? What would you do with that kind of?
Probably, I'd probably make my cinematographer carry around one of those big IMAX cameras. Me and Dylan and Hunter, the other member of Horror Dads, talk about this all the time, and we don't even know what we do with a budget that big, because we know how to spend a little amount of money. I don't even know how to spend that much money. I don't even know where to begin, because I'm so used to doing things not as cheap as I can, but I mean, it's got to be, I don't know. I think, Woodman was about $10,000. Mothman was about 14.
Okay.
It's easy to work within those numbers, because you have a small amount of crew, especially for found footage films, things like that. Small number of cast members. Your effects are generally a little bit cheaper. I know they've made, I don't even know if they made $1 million film. How much was Cloverfield? Do you have any idea? That would be probably like the most expensive.
I don't know, because I feel like something like the Insidious series has to be pretty up there, and Saw has to be pretty up there in the budget wise.
Yeah, I think those guys, they did. I think the first Insidious movie wasn't even $1 million.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. Like Paranormal Activity said it was like what, 15,000 to make.
Yeah. Like Skinamarink, I think was 15. That just came out.
Yeah,
and then the Outwaters was about the same. I know. father directed that one. So I don't even know if I want to be given that much money to make a movie. Honestly.
I mean, if people can give M. Night Shyamalan money to make The Happening, anyone should be able to get that kind of money.
I guess if I was pressed hard enough, I could spend. Everybody's eating, lobster and caviar.
There you go. There you go. All right. So how'd you go from making the film a passion project to being an actual streamer?
On an actual streamer? Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Mothman, I worked with an editor. So basically, after the film was done, I was given the footage and everything. And I just went through and marked the scenes that were good, scenes that were bad, put a big list together that kind of detailed what I wanted and the final product, and sent it off. She sent it back to me. And it's basically, at that point, is just building a pitch for it and finding a distribution company that is willing to take it. And we ended up signing with Indie Rights for Mothman, and they're deliverables. So basically, for an independent filmmaker like us, 25 million.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of effects in that movie.
Yeah.
When it comes to preparing everything for distribution, they have certain criteria. It's got to be a certain type of movie file. It's usually like ProRes, if anybody's familiar with Apple and things. So you prepare that. You prepare, captions, closed captioning, because that's always a must for streaming services and things. And then you got to have your sound. It's got to be on par with all the services that they'll be distributing it to. And make sure that you have, releases signed by your actors and crew. And that's basically it. Make sure you get your posters and your cover arts and everything like that all taken care of. Now, generally, in my experience with distribution companies, it's generally like anywhere from 60 to 90 days you have from the date of signing to deliver to them. And it's kind of them what that time frame takes place. So I signed with Indie Rights for Mothman, I think, in maybe like mid to late August. And it was streaming on Amazon Prime by the end of October.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it took us a little while to get on Tubi because the closed captioning files were bad. So we had to keep going back and fixing them. And that finally dropped sometime in like late December, early January. So they've been on Tubi for 8 months now. But yeah, it's just a ton of work. And as soon as you sign, you're like hitting the road running, which is why I've been slowly preparing things and getting them all set up, ready to go. I already been through it before. I know what to kind of expect, so that if there's any curveballs, I'm able to take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be exciting to see your stuff up on the streaming service, right? It has to be some relation that say, hey, where you're watching your found footage movies, that your movie's now up there with them.
Yeah,
what's that feeling like? Surreal?
Probably, if I'd given myself any time to think about it, but I don't. I'm like, cool, next movie. So I think once I wrapped Woodman and I knew kind of what I had just made, because I love Woodman way more than I love Mothman, and it's because I went out and made the movie and stuck to pretty much doing everything I wanted to do for that film. And I think at that point I was able to just kind of sit there and take it all in. I had about 3 days of just not really sure what to say about it, other than just you internalize a lot of it.
Really. Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you bring yourself to any horror conventions or cons or anything like that?
I haven't been to one in forever. I'm actually going to I think it's Scarefest in Lexington.
Okay.
In October, just with my fiance. I used to go to Horror Hound a lot more. In Indy.
Yeah.
So, but that was back when I was probably been about 8 years since I've been to one of those. And I've been meaning to get up to Flashback up in Chicago, but it's always going on when something in my life is always happening. The first convention I actually ever went to as a kid, my stepdad and my uncle took me up there, and Joe Bob was there, and I got to meet the cast from. They hadn't started making Devil's Rejects yet, so they're still on the House of a Thousand Corpses kick. So I've got my House of a Thousand Corpses DVD signed by Bill Moseley and Sid Haig, and got to meet the cast of Day of the Dead. I think we had dinner with them right next to them in the hotel, like restaurant that was there, and then I think it's the first time my stepdad kind of really, like, he took me to, watch horror movies, things like that there. And we sat down, and I wanted to watch Joe Bob introduce I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
My uncle was like, that'll be fine. I was like, maybe. I've never seen that movie. That's fine. Let's go. And
that's a rough movie to watch.
Anybody who knows what happens in that movie,
yes,
I got about halfway through that before he pulled the plug and we left.
Yeah, we reviewed that for the podcast. We go, it's about 35 minutes straight of just awfulness.
It doesn't stop.
No.
Yeah.
No, we'll have to touch base because I want to get, as we were discussing before the show, I want to get to more cons and stuff like that too with the podcast. We should get together because we're not that far apart. And so my co-host might not be able to go stuff. So if you ever want to meet up and do these things, we can make this happen.
That's cool. I love reasons to go to do things. So.
All right. So getting a little bit back into you and your process, what's your time frame usually about for finding locations, writing the script, casting, editing? What's that turnaround time for you, do you think?
For Mothman, it was about 6 months from conception to filming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was fast. and I even felt like I gave myself more time with Woodman. And I think I started casting those poor actors back in September of last year. And we didn't get the camera rolling until June. Mostly because I got the script together for Woodman. I got a poster done. I got my casting crew. And, working with the horror dads and everything like that, we were, talking timelines and stuff. And this is back when another member was a part of it. And he was going to DP the actual film. And he couldn't do it early. So
I think that's pretty quick turnaround. Like I said, I'm in the process of trying to start stuff myself. So know that I'm excited for it. Phil will be joining here shortly. He's just posting a couple things. So my question I like to ask anyone and everything that comes onto distance learning is shared universes exist and everyone wants to do one, right? So we know that Mothman, Tahoe, Joe, Wendigo all live in the same shared universe, correct?
They do, yeah. Yep.
So was this a planned thing, or is this a collaboration with everyone part of Horror Dads? And is there any future of everyone getting together without spoiling anything for us?
No, you're good. It started out as just Easter eggs, like fun Easter eggs. I think there's a flock poster somewhere in Mothman. If people look for it, Dylan Brown's film.
Yeah.
There's some in Wendigo. There's a couple mentions of flock as well. Things like that. And at the end of Wendigo, it's got Tim from Mothman is in it, and Tim also mentions Dawn, who is the main character of the Woodman. So it all kind of ties in. But with Woodman on out, it's going to be a bigger collaboration. It's going to be actual plot lines, recurring characters, and things like that, because I don't want to necessarily spoil Woodman, or at least the end of it. But I think you know where I'm heading with that.
I know exactly where I'm heading because I texted you as soon as I saw it. I'm like, holy crap.
So, bigger collaborations is all I can say.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what was you think for you the most fun scene, and opposite of it, the least fun scene to shoot in either movie?
Um, for Mothman, I would say the least fun shoot would have been the scene where Amanda kind of just randomly shows up at the detective's house and starts banging on the door, because we did that so impromptu and in traditional indie fashion, we just showed up and started filming, and there were people out in their yards watching us. And we had a like a pellet gun, because the cop in this scene has a gun that he tucks in his back. And at one point, someone was walking around with it, so I was like, we should probably not do that because it looks like a gun.
Right.
So that was like the most nerve-wracking scene, because I was like, we need to get this done, filmed, and then we need to get a lot of people before we raise suspicions. And I think we were all packed up, and we were just talking about what we were doing next, and a couple cop cars scrolled by, so had to get out of there pretty quick. But,
hey, we have a young Phil pop in. Hey there, young Phil.
Hi there, guys and ghouls. Had to do that. I'm sorry. I just had to do it. How's it going, man?
What's up?
I've been listening the entire time. So like, I had it like on my phone, but like on the speaker while I was driving. So it's just like, okay, because I don't want to miss anything. I want to hear all of this. But I'm here now. So we can continue. Graveyard. I'm just gonna just kind of slink in the background because you're killing this right now. So
I gotta say though, your beard's a lot less there.
It is. It's intentional. Mainly because there's a certain look that I have to go for when we do live events. So
I just go for homeless guy with the long beard. Oh, so,
I just try looking like the caddy from Caddyshack.
yes.
Basically what I'm rocking right now. So
Just taking a bath in the middle of the green.
yeah.
Did you hear? He's the second person I think in past couple of weeks that would want Jack Black to play him in a movie.
I know.
That's awesome.
So good.
So yeah, so you talking about that was the most difficult scene to shoot, right? Was with the gun.
I would say so. Everything else kind of went pretty swimmingly. So most fun scene to shoot, it would have to come from Woodman, and I'm gonna have to reserve that because I think I'd spoil much.
Yep. I have to say though, in Mothman, I think towards the climax of the movie where he is appearing, the guy in the suit is appearing like everywhere. That had to be fun to me. That looked fun to me because I enjoyed watching that and just.
That was a lot of fun actually. It's all about motion cuts, right? So just making sure that the camera guy spins enough to where when we splice everything together, it flows naturally, and that's basically all we did. Had him there, killed the lights, he was gone upstairs, and things like that. So that was a lot of fun to do. There was we noticed at some point when we cut, with Cheney was right there staring up the stairs, that we didn't film the door slamming shut. We cut right there, and then we cut to him running out and chasing Amanda out into the darkness. And that was like one of the last things we had to do before we left, was just film that door getting slammed shut. So it's like all those little things that like you don't think about on set. You're like, oh man, I missed that. You got to go back and fix that. So luckily we did. That was one of the things that we were able to take care of before we left. But yeah, it was kind of fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, because Phil knows this. I used to be a backyard wrestler when I was a teenager and dumb.
So does that really constitute you as being dumb or just, creative and fun?
Yeah.
It's funny because the same group we were playing D&D in the mid 90s, and then we went to backyard wrestling. So we took the role playing to the next level with that, and that's really where the Graveyard persona actually came from. For anyone that ever wants to know, Graveyard was my wrestler character name from 23 years ago, 24 years ago.
I did not know that, and now I love it more.
Uh-huh. I remember making him in every wrestling game on the Nintendo 64. So,
Amazing.
but we started.
Did you have a massive beard back then too, or
No, I had hair, so I had a goatee. I had a goatee. So, but I was saying because we started doing shorts because we were actually doing stuff on YouTube when YouTube tried to start. So 2008 we were doing shorts. I submitted stuff to the VH1 with Jack Black stuff he did for videos, stuff like that. So we did. I was working with FFmpeg X on the Mac and working with cuts and senior and stuff like that. So I started trying doing that very long time because I'm an old man. So, but talking about the door, like we didn't realize how perfectly cut up it was. Is that my friend's house had sliding doors that slid into the walls for the bathroom, and he went into one and came out the other side, but there were two different locations. The doors actually slid in the right direction, and I'm like. I was editing and I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I just happy mistake. Yeah. So I know you posting about new gadgets and toys and stuff like that. And I know we discussed a little bit. I don't want to spoil anything about voice work and stuff like that. What's kind of something that you're interested in to get and equipment wise to play with in future films?
I think I just need to expand. The two films that I've done so far, I did a little short. I filmed that myself. So what I have right now is just a Nikon, and it's actually a pretty reasonable camera for somebody getting into it, and reasonably priced. Just expanding on, I'm a huge fan of Small Rig, the company that makes attachments and things like that to build rigs and things. At some point, I would like to level up to, we shot Woodman with Black Magic, and the footage turned out wonderful. And so I can't complain there. But it's all in the lens, really. And I'd like to extend my lens package a bit, but
because I know
that's really
pieces that you sent us, like just the quality for the Woodman was it looks really good.
Yeah.
I was super impressed with it when I started sitting down and reviewing footage and everything at the end of the day and stuff. So it's definitely, I personally feel like it looks better than Mothman. We shot Mothman anamorphic, so it's got the black bars and everything like that, the wide ratio, and gives it a bit more of like a cinema film, I guess you would say, because you're used to seeing the black bars. And I think we just rocked 16:9 aspect ratio for Woodman, and I really wanted that because I know that this film is going to be consumed in people's homes, and I know that 9 times out of 10, if you're streaming it on the TV, it's going to build.
Right.
Okay. That was a big reason, and that seems to be a pretty standard aspect ratio for found footage films. So.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I know we talked about meeting up at some point in time. I'd love to go and just pick your brain on equipment. I want to do stuff too. If you'll, take me into your wing a little bit there, but
I think I can.
And something on the Kyber Cave channel that I'm also part of is, they know that I'm a big horror guy. I'm the horror guy over there. We have a couple writers and actors that are actually part of the group too. And I want to pick your brain of, have you thought about doing anything as like Crypt TV type stuff for YouTube, like 8 to 10 minute horror films?
I have not. Probably mostly because I just consumed myself with creating, like these features and stuff like that. It wouldn't be something that I would be opposed to sort of exploring. I've made a couple shorts. I made Untitled Home Video because we needed another uh, short film to fill the slot for that. So I ended up, a disturbing piece if you've watched it on YouTube. And then I did that little thing in my basement because my basement is.
I saw. I watched it immediately as it popped up.
It's a dungeon. It looks like a dungeon. It's macabre as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So I messed around down there a little bit, and that's really the extent of it. So, my filmmaking has been, on location, on set, working with casting crew. But I would like to, like I said earlier, update my equipment, upgrade it a little bit, start doing stuff out here in Illinois instead of traveling all over the country.
Yeah, because I know we discussed where you shot the Woodman. I was surprised that you went that far for it.
The big thing was I wanted to shoot in Tennessee, right there, in the Great Smoky Mountains. I guess Blue Ridge is an extension of that area, so it's all part of Appalachia there. But when it came to funding from the Kickstarter, because I ran Indiegogo and you get your funding. But with Kickstarter, there's about like a 2-week window where they verify like all the credit cards and things like that. And it takes a little bit to get the funding. And I lost almost every piece of lodging that I had planned to house everybody and make sure everybody had a place to stay.
Yeah.
I lost all that, so I was like, well, time to move. I think we're going to Blue Ridge.
Oh, man. And James clicking there, he thinks Dan Fogler would be perfect for you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Dan Fogler. I love that guy. God, man, I've been trying to get a hold of his camp just to get him on the show, man, because we did an interview with him at a con one time, and I kind of want to just like make that a full-blown interview.
Great. I watched Balls of Fury?
Balls of Fury, yeah.
You're gonna appreciate this.
Uh-oh. What's Phil getting? Phil has everything in his studio.
Yes.
Wow.
Now hold on.
Uh-oh.
There's a story behind this paddle. Okay. Hold on. I gotta.
Is it appropriate for children to listen to the stories?
Number one, Dan drew that.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
But not only that, right? On the other side, he signed it both as Dan Fogler and Randy Daytona.
Wow.
And this paddle is so messed up. We went and found the cheapest paddle we could at like at a Goodwill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And brought it to him, and he lit up because he seemed like he was so depressed before we got there, mainly because everybody's going to see him because either Walking Dead or
Fantastic Beasts.
And we talk about Buddy from distance from Hardly Heroes, but me and Buddy walked up and I started fanboying about Fanboys and Balls of Fury, and you just see his whole face just changed because it wasn't like I'm not nerding out about the things that are like the big projects you're in. I'm nerding out about the smaller films that you were in that are like Fanboys was amazing. That's one of my favorite movies.
I know.
And I also have his book, and he has the main character saying my name.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it just kind of reminds me as Josh, hopefully we meet up and do more of these cons out here. You help represent distance learning out in the Midwest area. That Bruce Campbell, when I met him a couple months ago, he had his story about when he met William Shatner, and he didn't talk to Shatner about Star Trek. If you meet someone like that, you don't talk about that. Like, so Bruce Campbell's trying to get to the crowd of 900 that were there doing Last Man Standing, that you don't talk about the stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm here for Evil Dead and the showing for Evil Dead, but don't ask me about Evil Dead. Talk to me about other stuff. He's been hearing it for 40 years. He's sick of it. So, and that sounds like the same thing with Dan there, Phil, that he just, because you weren't there, talk about the same thing over and over and over.
Right. It's obviously I'm a fan of his work, because like I'm fanboying about projects that aren't, like the mainstream projects,
Yeah. All right. So James apologized. He was taking care of kid number 14. But yes, we did talk about the shared universe, and we can't give too much away. Hopefully, Josh, you come back in when Woodman's out. We can then discuss more of that movie when it's out.
Maybe the fact that I don't want to talk about it right now is telling enough for you, James.
But we talked about a little bit about Easter eggs, that there's posters, and that whole homage that like Evil Dead had with Wes Craven, and because they did that too with torn up posters or whatever may be in movies.
Yeah.
Are you guys? I know. Well, things may be in the shared universe. Are you guys going to do like Easter egg hunts and try to do like bigger, more sneaky things in your movies as you progress?
Possibly. Like I said earlier, we talked, the collaborations with our films are going to get bigger and more apparent, obviously. But at the same time, we also want to work with other creators too, because there's another filmmaker that we met through the found footage group. His name is Dustin. He's made one found footage film called The Spoken, and he's got another one coming out, Lights Over Montgomery County. And so there's opportunities there to start, building a network and things like that, and start incorporating other filmmakers in with us too, because that seems to be a huge fan draw for us to really, kind of pull all these together,
right?
Really give an audience something to point and look at, because everyone loves doing that.
Oh, absolutely. And, I know when I do the Scare B&B, whatever the cult symbol we're going to make is, I want to put that symbol in every movie I make. I just want to have that somewhere across the board.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you to come back with Woodman. We can then fully discuss that movie without spoiling anything. Like I said, I told you I watched it at least 2 times already.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got along great. Everybody, a majority of the cast had already worked together on a couple different projects, so they all kind of jived already. 3 of my cast members worked on Buddy Cooper's Mutilator 2 that's going to be coming out hopefully soon at some point. So we could all watch that and watch those guys do their stuff. It was really awesome working with LC Holtz on Woodman, even though we had him as mostly just a cameo appearance. But he the film You're Next and everything like that was a big one for me, as a horror fan. So it was cool to watch him work. And then as a fan of found footage, he's a part of VHS 2 and the tie-in segment there. So it was cool to have him come back and do found footage again. And he thanked me for being a part of or bringing him into the project. And he'd always wanted to do something that felt more found footage. And, we were able to do that for him.
That's awesome.
It's funny because this entire connection that we have with you guys now all came from Nancy Ann Ritter. So it's like, who's and the whole thing, she was promoting the Woodman basically. So it's like, it's great.
Yeah. And her and Lee are foot soldiers when it comes to this stuff, because they'll pump it up. And I already know Dylan went to a convention and met them. And
it was at that show that's where we met Dylan, was because we were hosting all the interviews at con, and they shouted out Dylan, and we talked to Dylan, and then Dylan came on the show, and then Dylan introduced us to you, and it's
very
just
cool.
it's been like trickling down ever since, and we love it.
Oh yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know.
Nancy and Lee told me they're like, just please have us come back for Woodman 2. I was like, all right, I'll kill you. If that's what you want. She's like, that'd be perfect. I'm like, all right, you're dead. You got that coming. So I guess James, you have that to look forward to.
There you go. No, I mean, I think it's great because on, like I said, the Saber Rattle, we interviewed Verona Blue, who was in VHS 99. She's one of the punk band members from the flashback.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool. I had to nerd out a little bit on that. She does Star Wars more so, but I found that out. I'm like, okay, you're talking VHS, you're talking my language here as well. Let's talk this out. No, I know, Josh, you have about, what, 10 more minutes, you said about?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get back to learning a little bit about you then. And we'll, so what do you consider the worst horror franchise of all time? The worst.
Oh. I could say some. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Bad Ben movies.
Yeah.
Found footage. You know, friggin' 12 of them now.
Holy shit!
There's a lot of franchises that need to die that haven't.
Yeah. I was just I'm pulling that just mostly from my love of found footage. If I had to choose a more mainstream franchise, that I guess I really don't connect well with the Nightmare on Elm Street. I know. We talked about it earlier. You got your Freddy there.
Oh, I have my Freddy out. Yeah, on my arm.
You hit
me right now.
You hit a button right there.
I think mostly when I was a kid, I watched a lot of Halloween. I watched a lot of Friday the 13th, and Scream was a huge one when I was like 10, 12, 13. So those were all coming out. So like those big slashers and everything. And I really didn't get into, I guess, I really actually didn't even sit down to watch all of the Nightmare on Elm Street until I bought the collection on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Just a big handful or a couple of years ago. And I think it's mostly because like my friends never had them. So we go over and watch movies with them. Just wasn't a series that I ever found myself being a super huge fan. And it's probably mostly because, I don't have any nostalgic tingling for it, I guess.
Right. Oh, yeah. I get that. I mean, the Freddy on my arm might be a little upset.
Well, I'm probably not going to go to sleep tonight then. So
no, it's like I said, for me, I don't know if you ever watched the Ginger Dead Man or Evil Bong. Those are hard to watch.
I do appreciate though the fact that like Thanksgiving jumps from 1 to 3.
Yes,
that still cracks me up today. Like they take themselves way too literal.
Yeah, no,
but yeah, those kind of.
He's gonna out for Scary Terry more than. Yeah. I'm Scary Terry, bitch.
And I will go out and say that I think anything Amityville needs to stop.
You mean besides the original?
Yeah.
So you're saying we don't need Amityville Ghost?
And you know what? I'll even keep the one with that hot guy,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds there. I'll even keep that one. Like any of these other like Amityville movies that are coming out with like Amityville Toilet, Amityville Vibrator, Amityville.
Well, he's not wrong because what the ones they continued is it was items from the house that would possess the other thing. So Amityville 4, It's About Time, was from the grandfather clock that was in the Amityville house that got bought and then carried on. There's, I think we looked up 32 Amityville horror movies.
I think there's a found footage one in there somewhere too.
There is. I'm surprised there's not Amityville Ghost Shark yet or Amityville Sharknado.
Well, there's Amityville in Space.
Yeah.
That one's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like Jason X.
Yeah. But Jason X is cool, so we're not going to talk about that.
It was originally called Jason Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh, what are you currently nerding out on? We talk about what you grew up on. What are you currently nerding out on right now?
Oh, I need to start nerding out on other things. I have spent so much time because I edited Woodman myself.
Oh wow!
So basically, every night after work, I would just work on that. I just need to get myself through there. I think got the fiance wanting to watch Yellow Jacket.
It's a great show.
That is Graveyard show right now.
It is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start nerding out on that.
Yes. Yeah. I'll say it here and put it out into the world is, everyone does the kill count in horror movies. I want to do kill counts on TV shows.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a fun YouTube thing to do because I'm watching stuff anyway. I might as well do it because I'm watching Eureka, the sci-fi show. At least one person dies every episode. That's a very small town.
Yeah. At some point they just run out of people.
Yeah.
How many people are in this town?
Right.
I guess we're also watching What We Do in the Shadows weekly.
Yes.
God, I love that show so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
The original.
I know, it was one of the funnest experiences I ever had. I don't know if you love movies, right? And then video editing. I do nerd out on that. And then I get frustrated and I get mad and I put it away. I open it back up.
With audio editing.
Yeah.
When I introduced the first the movie What We Do in the Shadows, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Still watched it a couple times. And my fiance Amy had never watched it before. Obviously, gotta find it. And so I was like, "We're gonna sit down and watch this." All right. And it blew her away. She was super excited about it. What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
And then we waited a few years, and for a while there was a lot of talks about a sequel, right?
Yep.
And then FX announced that they had a TV show coming. So that's been our jam early or late summer for the past couple of years now.
The real question is, do you watch Wellington Paranormal?
I did binge one season of that when I had HBO.
Okay.
Because I'm such a huge fan of pausing and restarting subscriptions at night. So.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to get into the hard-hitting questions here.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight? Freddy or Jason? I don't care what realm. They have their entire power set in either realm. Who's going to win, Freddy or Jason? We can't have a tie.
Watching that movie when I was younger, and I still kind of feel the same way. As supernatural as Freddy is, I don't see why he wouldn't win. To be honest with you, just because he's not. I mean, every movie they kind of figure out a way to kill him, but then he always comes back.
Right. Yeah.
But I do like the idea of Jason being a deadite, and I will be a big fan of that kind of storyline that I think that they really want to head in. But I think I would have to go with Freddy.
Awesome. I agree. I think even though Jason's the deadite, Freddy, because he dies and comes back more often than Jason ever has.
Put Jason to sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. I think my favorite Jason look is part 7, New Blood. It's all, bones showing and everything like that. The most unsatisfying ending of all of them, part 7.
Yeah.
It has to be. They just bringed him back up to the bottom.
With psychically, come on.
I know. I know what they were trying to do. That was cool.
All right. So the next question is, what's your favorite scary movie?
What's your favorite scary movie?
The Thing.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
Yep. Has to be. It's one of the first movies I remember my dad buying on VHS. We all watched it together.
Awesome. Great answer.
I always had like when I was younger, I've always had just kind of like this thing where I'm like, I don't know what constitutes horror anymore because like some movies I never like looked at as horror.
Mhm.
You know, like the Swamp Thing, I never like saw as like a horror movie kind of thing, but like a lot of people like put it in that category. So I mean, like I don't know.
All right. So do you have to get going here? You want to give us? You got a couple more questions. You can.
Yeah, I think I'm going to jump off here if that's all right with you guys.
All right. So,
Yeah.
give us your pluggables. Where can everyone follow you? Where can we expect to? We can see where you can post when we can see the Woodman for general.
I'm probably most prolific on Facebook. You could just find me, Joshua Brucker. I'm the guy with the long hair. There's not too many Joshua Bruckers out there, so I'm on Twitter too. I really don't post there, but yeah, Facebook would be the easiest way to follow me.
Awesome. So yeah, when you get Woodman out and you want to let us know if you want to come back, we'll schedule out. I'll gladly have you back. I don't know.
Absolutely. No.
Yes.
Yes.
He could be late again, so it's fine.
Wow. It's calling you up.
Try to make sure I'm on time this time, right?
So yeah, just when it comes out and when the link comes out, if wherever it ends up, shoot me something. We'll have Distance Learning put it out and blast out into the world for you as well.
Sounds good. That's perfect for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. This has been great. I'm glad I was able to speak to you in person, face to face, as opposed to just on Facebook Messenger. So thank you.
It's been good. I liked it.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Bye.
So does this mean we actually get to do a bracket for once?
Oh no.
Are we gonna finish DC?
We haven't started DC, the second one, have we?
No, we the second one.
No, because that's when
Cam was on last.
Yeah. All right, we need to get all the DC people on here because it can't just be me and you. I mean, the two biggest DC fans right here.
I know, right? We are going to start a bracket, so tell your friends.
Yes,
it's bracket time. We need everybody's votes here. Since we're doing DC brackets, I think I'm going to message
Cam. I'll message him too. Let's see here. So how's your I just put in the DN. How's your let's get a recap of where you're at with your Legos here.
Yeah. So right now, this is Captain Rex.
Mm-hmm.
I've got half of his face right here. Basically, I'm about to finish this second half of him right here. I've got all the pieces out. I got to separate everything. And then after that's done, then we start on Boushh.
Oh man, you're making me encase in carbonite.
What did she say? She goes, "Don't move too fast. Carbonite sickness."
Yes.
Or what does Java say? Why should I do what you want? Because she's holding a thermal detonator.
Yeah.
And like it's like when you put it into context, and you see, like, you go back and look at that scene, knowing that Leia was Boushh the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Leia's a fucking badass.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, but once again, thank you to Josh for jumping in. That was a blast for me.
Absolutely, man. No, it was good. Again, my work doesn't really care. So they're just like, hey, yeah, no, you got work to do.
I mean, but awesomeness,
Yeah. So
all good. I started on time. So say one couldn't yell at me.
I'm upset that I missed like half of that, but I mean, at the same, I mean, I didn't really miss it. I was listening to it the whole time, but I mean, like, still, like, I wasn't able to participate in the stream. You dude, you hold it down by yourself pretty well, though.
Thank you. Like I said, I talk to Josh almost on the daily now, so we're trying to set things up, line things up for things that are hopefully coming into fruition in a month and a half ish.
So. Scare B&B.
No, that's Metzel. He's gonna be working hopefully on something else. I'm gonna be kind of learning the ropes to do other things because we've been discussing the Owl Man of Alsop, Illinois. So, which is a cryptid.
Yes. I'm familiar with the cryptids that they mention in these movies. So I mean, like, it's mostly because like I've watched like shows about cryptids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I kind of do get excited when I hear them mention the name of a cryptid. I'm like, I know that one.
Oh, this is if you haven't heard of the Owl Man of Alsop, it's because it is a relatively new cryptid. And here's Cam.
Grab my phone.
Look at Cam is building today. Look at that.
Hi.
Oh God.
Hi.
We are mobile again.
Mobile?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Thank you.
But for anyone who doesn't know, the Owl Man of Alsop was reported by 2 methed up truckers outside a Coca-Cola plant.
And the reason the cryptid exists is because
exactly. Thank you, Meth, for the Owl Man.
Thank you, Meth, for creating a new cryptid for us.
Exactly. And it's not that far from Josh and I. So if we were able to shoot there on location in the town, that'd be amazing.
You know what would be really amazing is if you shot and you guys saw the Owl Man.
Oh yeah. My co-host used to live in that town. He was right down the street from where it happened.
And he can confirm that there's a lot of meth up dudes in
Owl Man. Whenever I was over there, his dog would start barking. It was like 11 o'clock at night. There's just train tracks behind him. I'm like, it's Owl Man. Owl Man's out there.
That's what I'm saying. Is he goes, I can confirm a lot of dudes in also take meth.
Search for sync on your device.
What
All
is
right.
screaming at me, and why is it screaming at me?
All right. Well, are we ready to get into the second part of the non-Batman DC bracket here for the summer of DC?
Absolutely am.
All right. You ready, Cam and Anna?
They're like, sure. We can't hear you, but sure, why not?
All right. So first up in this new bracket, we had the preview like a month ago, but we'll get right into this. First up is Green Lantern First Flight versus Constantine City of Demons.
Ooh, okay. First Flight. Oh my God! Oh my God!
He's alive! Alive!
Barely.
Like Cam disappeared, and what the fuck?
That is the best. That's the best reaction I could have possibly asked for.
It is a force. It is
A wild force appeared. Somebody grab a fucking Pokeball now.
Oh, and the Fred girl is in the chat.
I can't find one.
I'm in my car.
Quick, everyone, throw balls at Force. Throw your balls at Force.
Everybody throw your balls at Force. Do it now.
And there's your YouTube short.
There we go. And what's the timestamp on that?
109.30.
Something ball sack. Something.
Well, a bunch of degenerates. Yes, James, that's true. We are.
Thank you
right.
for the compliment, James. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
Jesus.
I have no shame.
Wow.
So, Once again, we're starting the DC bracket. So far as we have in Cam, Green Lantern First Flight versus Constantine City of Demons.
Oh my.
Constantine.
Is that both of your votes there, Cam?
What's yours? Green Lantern or
I'll
Constantine?
go with you.
Aaron's going with Constantine.
Okay, I'm also driving.
I know. That's why I'm talking to you.
Thank you.
Frey threw all her balls at you, Forrest.
Gotta catch them all. And by
Please,
catch them, I mean all the STDs. Oh, wait, I didn't say that.
Come on, baby.
Frey says
Come on,
Constantine.
baby. Is your boyfriend in the car?
No,
No!
I'm talking to her car.
Forrest, what's your vote?
I'm gonna go with Constantine.
Phil.
Constantine for
Oh. Say, well, I'm going with First Flight.
First Flight is actually a really good movie, but Constantine is such a well done character, and Matt Ryan is the perfect Constantine for everybody who wants to argue with me about it.
Oh, I will. Keanu Reeves has something to say about that.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves can argue all he wants. Matt Ryan is a better Constantine.
All right.
I will.
So-
I will die on that hill.
Oh my.
All right. Well, just like that, we're back into the action. Unless chat has 5 votes for Green Lantern, Constantine moves on. I didn't even have to vote or flip a coin. Yes.
I didn't have to. I mean, flip a coin.
Yes. My votes are not just adhered to physics. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So with that being said, I haven't seen Tater in here. I haven't seen Eric in here. Where's everybody today?
No.
Wait.
All right. So next up, we have the Doom that came to Gotham, or Gen 13.
Ooh, why would you do that?
I'm going Doom that came to Gotham. Anna?
I'm going Doom.
Anna's going Doom.
What? Why would you what? Mr. Roshi in recovery. I just put stuff in and hit generate
Let's go with Doom.
with Doom. All right. I don't even know what Gen 13 is. So, what about you there, young Phil? The snoochiest of boochies.
The snoochiest of boochies. Snoochie boochies. I think I go with the Doom that came to Gotham.
Of course, everyone's voting against Frey because she said Gen 13.
Frey's gonna murder somebody if you don't vote with her.
Okay, guys, let's get ready to be death threatened again by Frey.
I mean, look at poor Forrest.
Everybody's gonna die. Forrest is already dying anyways.
Forrest barely survived the last wrath.
Forrest is like, I both miss and hate you guys at the same time.
No, I just miss life. I miss
You're
life.
on camera.
Yeah, but I'm going to be.
That's fine.
Not Citizen Wong says not Doom. Gen 13 has a Wildstorm comic that transitioned to DC.
It is.
Okay. So I know DC. Everything else I don't know. So
Wildstorm is another set of characters.
okay, 1 down, 3 to go. Frey says. All right. Well, with that, then the Doom that came to Gotham moves on. So I think I know what James's vote on the next one's going to be. Because the next one is DC Superhero Girls Hero of the Year versus Superman Doomsday.
Oh, Superman Doomsday, hands down.
Superman Doomsday.
Superman.
James, I'll mark your vote for the DC Superhero Girls.
Is James even in the chat right now?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
No, she's saying in the creepy serial killer voice, Frey Girl says that she's in
Ray Girl says Dwayne's Day.
Dwayne's Day.
Dwayne's Day.
Is that how Harley would say it?
That's how Janine from Ghostbusters would say it.
It was Doim's Day.
There you go. Alrighty then. What next we have?
Alrighty then.
I'm not old. What are you talking about?
She's like, I said what I said.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
All right. Based on pure randomness, we have two Justice League movies paired up against each other. So we have Justice League Trapped in Time or Justice League New Frontier.
Ooh.
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 I want to go New Frontier.
Yeah, I think I'm also going New Frontier.
Kill the person in front of me.
Yeah.
Everyone say New Frontier?
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's a look at that. That's a lock.
Is everybody in the chat also saying New Frontier?
Yeah.
Frey say New Frontier. What say Wong? What say you?
Say Wong is going to vote the opposite of everybody.
Of course. Of course.
I feel kind of bad for Say Wong because he was like really revving up the whole Justice League and Ruby movie. I actually tried to watch it last night. I made it through about 17 minutes and then couldn't anymore. It was just that bad.
The fact that he said tried right off the bat just
Wow.
tells you
It was really bad. I felt
So, is it such a bad movie I might enjoy it?
No, honestly not.
I mean, it's DC, so you may not like it at all.
That's true.
It's not even the fact that it's DC. It was all of it was just so absolutely poorly done.
And that's just part one, wasn't it? Are they doing a part two?
It needs to be the only part because that was terrible.
It says part one on it, so
Ouchies.
I assume so. Part two.
Ouchie.
You never know. I don't know. I'm still waiting for Load the Weapon 2. So,
Okay, so my favorite.
all right. Well, with that, then Justice League New Frontier moves on. So, up next, we have Wonder Woman versus Superman versus the Elite.
Oh, man.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Elite.
Anna and I are going Wonder Woman.
It's just because you're afraid of Frey. I understand.
No, actually, I've watched both and I prefer Wonder Woman over it.
Really? You didn't like Superman versus the Elite?
No.
You didn't like Superman going nuts and killing everybody?
I don't.
Ooh.
Yeah, Frey tried watching Gotham Knights last night live action. Didn't make it through the
We're
whole
safe.
episode.
Woo!
Yeah, I heard nothing good about Gotham Knights. I didn't even watch it.
Oh, Shadoo's here. Shadoo says he's legally obligated to say Wonder Woman.
Legally obligated.
Yeah, because his mother will murder him.
Yeah, that is
If-
true.
I mean, if she's immortal, is Shadoo immortal as well, or just half immortal? That's the question.
Not immortal enough.
Extended lifespan.
But
There you go.
not immortal enough to not incur the wrath of the Frey.
That's true. That's true. So, Phil, did you say
The Elite.
the Elite? All right.
Yeah, we'll get y'all going.
She's next to be help.
Blink
needs help.
twice if you need help.
Oh, that means Shadoo's home. Welcome home, Shadoo.
What's half immortal?
I've been gone way too long. Who's Shadoo?
Frey's son.
Yeah,
Son of Frey.
Yep, been
Son of
gone
Frey.
too long.
you have. You have been gone too long. We've missed you, dearly bearded brother.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss you guys so bad.
The-
Nobody checks on me in the chat. Like nobody checks on me in the freaking Facebook. I'm like, nobody loves me anymore.
We've been missing you, Force, forever.
Forrest, you now know that is not that is not true because the reaction that I had when I saw your face.
And I check on you after stuff coming up to see how
I
you're
know.
doing.
The real question is, did you miss the master as well?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
dude, I loved it when you sent us the video.
That was great.
You know you're gonna get your ass kicked in Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
Have you been seeing me like play Street Fighter on Mondays? I've been fucking.
Are you using the new characters or the old characters?
He's using his character. He's going story mode.
Yeah, I'm doing story mode. Go to my
Neat.
own character.
I'm level 18 in story mode.
Yeah, I'm level like 35 or something like that.
Oh hell, I got to get caught up to you cats. I'm like,
But like, so I had last week's episode. I got it at the very end. I got Ken as a master, and then at the end of this episode, I got Ryu as a master, and
yes.
I'm slowly starting to merge their two styles. So I'm getting like the Dragon Punch with the Hadoken.
So you're merging the Shotokan with the Shotokan. Very good.
No, but I mean, because like there's always like there was always like you wanted to have Ken's Dragon Punch with Ryu's Hadoken.
Yeah, Ryu's Hadoken is like ridiculous.
Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is making it so that I can have that character, right? Like it's Ryu's Hadoken and Ken's Dragon Punch, and I also have his Dragon Kick. So it's like because I leveled Ken up to like level like 15 before I got Ryu, and I just started Ryu, so
yeah.
Oh, poor Roshi. Frey Girl showing that Roshi hate in the chat.
I know.
Don't hate on Roshi.
Don't you worry, sweetie. I've been missing you too.
Well, James said he's checking in on you too.
I'm so broken. I'm so broken. Oh.
Should we call you Amy Lee because you're broke?
Might as well.
I'm old. I know it's an old song. Thank you.
I need to like grow my beard longer to hide my new face fat that I've gotten from this freaking medication and inactivity. Sucks.
Well, you have to grow the beard anyway because Phil shaved his off pretty much. Yeah.
Wait, he's not. So I'm not Phil from Wish anymore. Damn.
I still have a beard, man. I'm just not. It's not long.
Okay.
Hold on. Beard. Air quotes now. See?
Well, hello, Mr. Sexy Man.
Hi.
Anna's taking over real quick.
Anna's taking over? Oh, no. She's taking over. Yes, Phil,
Hello.
you're still damn sexy. You're still a husband as well. Don't
All right,
All
what's the next
Yeah,
question?
Wonder Woman definitely won that one. Next up, we have DC Superhero Girls Intergalactic Empire
Hold on.
versus Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo.
Trouble.
Ooh.
Teen Titans Trouble
Tokyo.
in Tokyo.
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Is that what you said, Phil?
Yes.
Switch over.
Mr. Forrest?
Yeah, go on with Tokyo.
I'm gonna get my laptop. Get my laptop.
It's disconnected.
Right, Anna loves your hair.
Ah!
All right, so I know James is going to vote DC
Give me a sec.
Superhero Girls, so I'll have
Because
James
that's
vote.
all
Count.
James wants to watch is DC Superhero Girls.
Oh,
No, it's not Teen Titans Go. It's just Teen Titans
Well,
Trouble in
okay.
Tokyo, I believe.
Yes.
It's so bright and sunny where you at.
Type in the chat. That's a private chat. That no audio right now. Trying to switch over.
okay. So I've been meaning to say this for months now. I am going to give Teen Titans Go some credit because there is something from that I took that my son and I both extremely enjoy, and that is Night Begins to Shine. It just gets stuck in your head, and it's like a really funny 80s throwback, and I love it. So I'll
Which
take
Teen
that.
Titans are we talking about?
What?
Which Teen Titans Go are we talking about?
The episode where Cyborg plays Night Begins to Shine over and over again,
Okay.
and then they have that little tribute to the movie Heavy Metal.
Have you seen?
Oh, I like
Chinese
having
movies?
I bet you did.
Just on that, what was it? There was something that just came up where the publication that did heavy metal is just like officially went out of business.
Oh man, really?
Yeah,
What?
it was like 2-3 weeks ago.
I think they
That's
did
a
the
shame.
movie Wizards as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I think they did, or they were part of the production.
They were part of the production on that.
Okay.
You know we're old if we're talking about heavy metal and wizards.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about Wizards, guys. Let's talk about the movie that debuted the Power Glove. Let's go.
Yes. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
I don't think we're talking about the same Wizards movie.
No.
Are we not?
That's the Wizard.
Oh,
Right.
Wizards
not-
is going to be
Not
is
the
it
Fred
animated?
Savage Wizard.
Yeah.
yeah. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, but no, I mean, the Wizard is great because they knew immediately how to get the warp whistle and the brand new game that's debuting at a tournament for the very first time ever, Super Mario Bros. 3. Like, oh, go up there, get the warp whistle. You don't know that. You never
Yeah.
played
The
game.
kid just happened to know where that was.
Right. That is insider information. Therefore,
Nintendo was fucking genius for that though. Like you debut not only a new peripheral but a new game in a movie.
Yep.
Mhm. Oh yeah. I mean, I have my Power Glove. Do you?
I do not.
It's a shame. Hey, Julie. All right. Well, Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo moves on. So let's move on to the next one, which is Superman Brainiac Attacks versus Batman Superman Battle of the Super Sons.
Super Sons.
So I still haven't seen Battle of the Super Sons.
It was very good.
It was very good.
It was.
I know it's a part of the continuity series that they have with Damian Wayne. So
It was surprisingly good. It really was.
I've actually enjoyed all the movies that are in that series.
I actually watched all the episodes of My Adventures with Superman on Max yesterday, and I enjoyed those.
Funny. I heard that show is funny as fuck.
It was good. I was surprised.
All right, so Anna's in the chat. She said Super Sons for her and Cam. Frey hasn't seen either, so Frey, you can go ahead and let the physics of the coin flip decide if you really want to. Because I just can't pick favorites in DC, so I have to flip a coin when it comes down to it.
Yeah, because of his love of DC.
Yes, everything. I can't dissuade and pick favorites in the DC world. So, what about you, Phil?
What were we voting on again?
Superman.
Holy shit, that is loud.
We're right by the freeway,
All right.
and I don't have my microphone or anything.
Oh wow.
So we were saying
Brainiac Attacks and Super Sons.
No.
I've seen Brainiac
Hear that.
Attacks. Brainiac Attacks was actually pretty decent. I haven't seen Attack of the Super Sons, but I think I'm gonna go off the word of
Yes, for now.
I mean, everyone said Super Sons.
yeah. I'm kind of like waiting because it's loud.
Close your door.
Okay. Let's go.
better?
Super Sons.
All right. Yes, that is better. Distance 30 from the road, literally.
Yeah,
I mean, we've done
when
that.
I was on my phone, we were literally on the road.
We've done that before, though. Me and James, like last year, jumped on After Dark while
Yes,
we
you did.
Oregon.
And it was dark and in the forest. We couldn't hear you. I remember that.
We were driving to Oregon, and we hopped on an episode After Dark.
That was cool.
I think that was my first interaction with you guys. Was
It
that?
may have been. We also lost everybody because as soon as we hit, for some reason, every time they do after they would do After Dark, we'd be in the Sierras. So we were like just crossing over the Sierras when the episode started, and that's why we everybody lost us after a while.
Yeah. All right. So the last one, and I'm actually going to vote on this one.
What? How great you're voting.
Well, yes, you'll see why very quickly and why I'm voting that one.
Swamp Thing.
No. All-Star Superman versus Tales of the Black Freighter.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm voting for.
Yeah,
All
Tales of the
Star.
Black Freighter.
Yes. Hands down.
Because you've seen Tales of the Black Freighter.
Also, Watchmen. I mean, come on.
True.
Yes. Force,
All-Star. Sorry.
All-Star. That's all right. Cam and Anna.
I'm going All Star.
Same.
Uh-oh. Afraid they are All-Star Superman and then Tales of the Black Freighter. So the offshoot of the comic from Watchmen. Phil? Join me on the freighter.
Real, I think I go All-Star Superman. I know.
I think Frey's with me. She said Watchmen, so Tales of the Black Freighter. Anyone else in chat? We'll give you another 30 seconds here. All-Star Superman is really good, though. I mean, is that what Superman plays in the band Smash Mouth?
Yes.
Okay. Just but you need to make sure.
Hey, now you're an All-Star.
Exactly.
And he gets paid.
Get paid.
Shouldn't be hey now, it's a red star.
You're a red son, get laid.
And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars breaks the mold.
Exactly.
Only shooting stars is Krypton's remnants.
Yep, there you go. All right, so wow. Apparently, Say Wong is voting for the Blue Dong
The Blue Dong?
for Watchmen.
The Blue Dong. Okay.
Yes.
Took me a second. I was like, the Blue Dong? What's the Blue Dong?
Smash that mouth. Uh-oh. If that's really the case, and I voted, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. Who's going to break the tie? I think
Big Bad Harv.
I already voted.
Still, you can do a coin flip to break the tie.
Well, hold on. James, this is your invite to break the tie.
and have a coin flip
Ruin the
tie.
invite. That's mean.
James, we need your vote. Here, sir. It's up to you. You have the power.
They're from San Jose.
They're from
Me.
San Jose.
Live from the gymnastics studio, it's James and all his votes.
The power. Yes, the power.
No, we can't give James any power.
Too late. It's already given.
Yeah. Who versus who?
See, you're not.
Damn it, James!
James, it is All-Star Superman versus Tales of the Black Freighter.
James, we're gonna need you to stop paying attention to your kids and start
And
being
do
a bad
your
father
actual
so that you
job
can
on
take part in this.
disconcerting.
It's the anticipation's killing me.
And he knows it. That's why he's waiting.
Oh, I know.
Wheel of morality, turn.
Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
That's what we could do for a tiebreaker. Just throw up the wheel of morality.
For real. He's right.
The lesson that we should be learning is not to give James any power.
Yes.
Wait, Say Wong, did you Tales from what? Crypt? Okay, Say Wong, you said Blue Dong. So did you not So, are you voting for Superman or Tales of the Black Freighter? Because you just said Superman. Now, so that's the case. He also said he didn't put Van in the ER. I think he broke his foot for his $8.75 in late fees. Yes, James. Tales of the Crypt. No, Tales of the Black Freighter, which was the comic in Watchmen. Oh,
which they turned into an entire animated short.
yes. Well, James is telling us the story. He has given us the recipe that has the 90-minute intro to how they found soup for the very first time and why the soup is the best. And it's 4 ingredients, just to say 4 ingredient soup.
I'm so lost right now.
You have you ever looked up like a recipe online and it's like they have like 8 paragraphs of introductions and then like the very bottom of like 10 pages the actual recepe?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Yes, Sewong, Dr. Manhattan is in Watchmen. Sewong's conflicting with himself, as it appears. He says, go Superman. Oh, wait.
Well, James just finally voted.
Yes.
Did he say he said Superman?
Yeah.
Yes, because his first experience with DC was Batman 66. Now, Batman was his first superhero and got me into comics. It was at that time I realized I want a young Ward myself.
I'm throwing my hands up. What the fuck are you talking about?
He says he's going All-Star Superman. So All-Star Superman wins it then.
I think James finally lost it.
Hey, you know what? James is entitled to tangents of his own at some point. All right. Well, that was our first round. This is a smaller bracket, so we are down to our final 8.
Man, are we actually gonna get through one whole bracket?
We might actually. Well, I mean, yeah, we actually completed an interview on time for once.
Oh, because Josh had to leave. I could have talked to Josh for another hour. Easily.
I know.
Easily. Y'all tire me out. My initial thought was not Superman, but I don't know the other one. Oh, James. It's okay.
James is going full nerd right now, and it's just kind of a little weird.
I think James is prepping his when he's 70 at a con and he just is telling stories.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
No, it's when he's in the retirement home and can no longer go to cons.
Oh, no, so he converts the retirement home into a con.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine having a nursing home with all the old superheroes in the nursing home?
Sounds like a cartoon idea.
Right.
Bro, I used to joke about like when Ric Flair finally reaches a retirement home. Mr. Flair, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Woo! Woo! I mean, he's gonna make the place go nuts.
I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing right now.
He says he's channeling his inner young Phil.
James is like, I just decided to go nerd. It's gonna be like a full nerd today.
Yes, say Wong. So Mermaid Man. Yeah. James, debating myself out loud, mansplaining my choices for both. James is planning. All right. Evil. All right. So next up with our 8, we have, I'll just go over the 8 that we're down to. We have Constantine Save Demons. We have the Doom That Came to Gotham, Superman Doomsday, Justice League New Frontier, Wonder Woman, Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, Batman, Superman, Battle of the Super Sons, and All-Star Superman.
You know, I'm seeing the very end of this actually being a Batman versus Superman for the top spot. I see it coming.
And I can still see all of these brackets mostly ending in Batman.
Batman.
Well, that's why Batman's separate. We're not there to Wonder Woman yet. Yes. So first up, we have Constantine, City of Demons, versus the Doom that came to Gotham. Thors.
What was the first one again? I'm sorry.
Constantine, City of Demons.
I'll go with Constantine.
Young Phil.
I think I'm actually going with Constantine as well.
Cam, Anna.
I'm going Batman, Doom that came to Gotham.
Huh?
Constantine versus Doom that came to Gotham.
Gotham.
Doom that came to Batman?
Doom always comes to Batman.
He does.
It all comes down to Batman.
You know why? Because Batman is constantly fighting evil.
He is. And I as a big DC fan, you guys know I did watch Batman 89 on Laserdisc last night. Just so
Nice.
I bet that was fun as freak too.
3 discs. Yeah,
Isn't
it was
that-
a lot. All right. Well, we have 3 votes for Constantine in chat. That right now makes it Constantine 5, the Doom that came to Gotham. 2.
Be very, very careful.
Sorry, my brain had an error
Very,
today.
very careful, sir.
Sounds like the Doom did just come to Batman.
The Doom that what?
I mean,
It's just like 50 Shades of Kryptonite.
Yeah, it's
Superman.
the Doom that came.
yes. You can
It's
follow us.
Batman.
You can follow us at It's Ensnaring. He just has an AOL account. That's all.
AOL.com.
All right. So
Kryptonite, poor Lois.
Sewong says Doom. All right. Well, that means though we give 30 more seconds here. Unless we get 3 more votes for Doom, Constantine's going to move forward.
Constantine. Wow, Batman got beat by something. Yeesh.
I mean, it is Constantine, so
Yeah,
Batman just got straight fucked
that Doom really liked Gotham. He did.
by the Doom.
that Doom came. Oh, was I supposed to say something else?
No.
Okay.
You want to know how I got these scars?
I don't know how I
Actually, at the last con I went to, I actually got new Joker makeup.
Nice.
my fault.
So I can't wait to show that off.
Drink.
Did it come from Doom?
No.
It definitely came from Doom.
All right. Next up.
Doom comes. What?
Doom
Yes.
already came.
All right. So Constantine's moving up to the final 4. So then we have Superman Doomsday versus Justice League New Frontier.
Doomsday.
And Doomsday versus Justice League.
Doomsday. Superman Doomsday versus Justice League Frontier.
Yeah, I think I go Doomsday.
She said Justice League.
Anna votes Justice League New Frontier.
Is he
I love
done,
how
Phil?
Phil said his vote in his Ryan
He's
Reynolds
done.
voice.
Ooh!
Ooh, ooh,
Oh my, is that
So
Rex
what's
or
the
Kodak?
tease for next week?
That is Rex. Cody, I have in the other. Oh, you know what? You missed it. Hold on. He hasn't been here in like fucking
I
1,000.
haven't been here in like 6 months.
Oh my god, he hasn't been here in like 10 years. Hold on.
He's just running over the studio, headphones attached, dragging wires everywhere.
6 months
Jackie
to 10
goes and
years, damn.
trips.
Oh my.
got Captain Rex and Commander Cody.
Come on, Dakota.
And since you know you're here 10 years late,
Mm.
that's next.
Yes.
Ooh.
Dude, I was almost thinking you had the Lego Graflex lightsaber.
Oh,
That's after it.
Ooh.
All right, we're on. So is this in celebration for Ahsoka?
No, this is just kits that I wanted. I had a chance to get the Executor before it was sold out again, so I was like, I need to get it.
Yes, Force, this is all in celebration of Ahsoka. Don't let Phil lie to you.
yeah.
It's also because I need to get my collection with Lego in general is all the heads. So like as soon as they come out, I have to get them.
You said it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Phil is getting all the head.
I'm getting all the heads.
I'm back, baby.
All right. Ahsoka August, yes. All right.
Yeah.
Well, with everyone's vote and chat vote in, phrasing.
Phrasing.
Phrase, you should spell it Fraysing for phrasing.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. Well, Superman
Opportunity!
Doomsday moves forward.
It very well may be Batman versus Superman here. This is going to be a good one.
It's probably going to be Batman versus Superman. That will make all of the sense.
I mean, when this is done, we do have the final four to vote the best. Remember, one of them is Batman.
We just got Julie's approval of that joke that we just did.
Yay!
Yay.
All right. Next up, we have the one that you vote against. You will get killed. Wonder Woman versus Teen Titans.
If you would like to die,
Trouble in Tokyo.
Okay,
Tokyo.
raise your hand if you're wanting to die. And then
Tokyo.
I vote for Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Really?
I actually vote for Wonder Woman on this.
Nope.
All right.
I grew up on Trouble.
I grew up on Teen Titans.
Let me put it to you this way. I would rather Frey Girl inflict pain on me as opposed to the level of freaking pain I'm feeling right now. I would prefer her to come over here and just murder me as opposed to what I'm feeling. So I will vote Teen Titans.
For Phil, you said Wonder Woman as well?
I go Wonder Woman on this.
Oh wow.
Bring on the Frey pain.
Chad is saying Wonder Woman. Yeah. Even Sadu has no choice. He is trapped. And with an immortal by his side.
He just has a chokehold on if he does not vote Wonder Woman.
I mean, she can force choke you, so I mean, it's happened.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that means.
But normally when she force chokes people, it's like force choking husband in compromising situations.
There you go. All right. Well, that means
Sex
Wonder
choke.
Woman.
Okay.
Thank you. That's in the Superman Unbound room with the kryptonite dildo.
Kryptonite.
Can't reach him.
No, but you can whack him when we go back inside.
What about whacking?
I'm gonna whack my boyfriend across.
You're gonna whack. Okay, by all means.
I came up with this crap.
Whatever.
We're the ones to keep it running.
Whatever you got to do to make him happy, go ahead and whack your boyfriend. And I know there's like a glare from like across the fucking country right now going on, just like, fucker, I hate you.
Do you feel the mountains smoldering as the glare is going through them?
I do.
Yeah, Phil. Do you feel the glare from 2 states away?
I do. And honestly, not afraid. It's fine.
Ooh, you hear that?
I'm sorry. What was that? You want to repeat that?
I'm not afraid. It's fine. It's all right.
Poor Phil. He's missing action in his life.
Yeah. They're in the car. Now they know where their next road trip is.
Yeah, I mean, Phil, we could be there within a few days.
Or now.
A few days. It doesn't take a few days to drive here. It takes 8 hours.
I can make it 4.
Do
We
it.
can make it 2.
Do it.
Yeah, for
Do
old people like
it!
me, that's
No balls.
literally a 2-day drive.
No balls.
I reach my pedals.
No balls.
My seat's so far back. I can't reach my pedals.
They might be too young to know that to know that joke, but still, no balls.
Cam, where y'all parked at?
My apartment.
Outside her apartment.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So, like, really close to the freeway.
The freeway is really right behind us.
Yeah, that's the noise you guys were hearing was the freeway.
Oh.
Because it's literally right behind me.
All right. Well, before they do the side trip to kill Phil,
Do it.
No, we
Kill.
need to get this on camera. So
Kill Phil Volume 1.
I will be waiting with a machete. It's gonna be fun.
I have a cam.
Yeah, but you have a cam.
Yeah.
He's
I'm not
terrifying.
I'm not afraid of Cam at all.
You might be scared of me when I have a knife.
Cam has seen me in person. He knows I'm I'm the one you need to be afraid of.
well, you'll finally meet Anna next year at Gem State.
Oh, and I'm going.
All good. I usually always carry a knife on me. I always have some kind of weapon.
I mean, you have your dual katanas, right?
I do bring my dual katanas anywhere I go, and then of course kryptonite dodos.
Right.
I'm trying to murder my boyfriend.
Okay.
With the kryptonite dildo, yeah, that would be murder.
All right. So
That's all I have left of him.
let's get into our final one for Final Four. We have Battle of the Super Sons versus All-Star Superman.
Ooh,
I'm going Super Sons.
Huh? Super Sons. Brian was stupid.
Young
I'm with
Phil.
stupid.
Here, have Will come out real quick.
I am.
All-Star Superman or Battle of the Super Sons?
Yeah.
What a mess.
Fours were on Battle of the Super Sons versus All-Star Superman.
Yeah.
Yikes. All-Star. Hang on, I gotta get the dogs right back.
Frey says All-Star. Sewon says Superman. Julie says Superman. Young Phil.
I think I go All-Star Superman, man. It was perfectly executed.
All right. Well, that means Super Sons, I don't think, is going to win this one. So All-Star Superman is moving on to the Final Four. We may finish this bracket tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know, let's do it. Let's just go a little over and finish.
We should finish this because we put this one off for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, then that brings us to the top of the order, and that is Constantine, City of Demons versus Superman Doomsday.
Shit, that's another hard one.
I'm going Constantine.
I don't know, Superman Doomsday. Even though they did that movie twice, like it was so well done.
What's Anna voting for there?
What?
Constantine versus Superman Doomsday.
Superman.
I think that's the first time I've heard Anna vote against fucking Cam.
No, it's happened before on the show. Roll down the window. Roll down the window.
Why are you on my car? Yeah.
Damn it.
We got one Superman and two Constantine. Oh, we had another kiss from Distance Nerding.
Oh, was there a kiss? Did I fucking miss the kiss?
Yes, you did.
Making out. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys really doing this right now?
We really fucking made out.
I mean, like,
Awesome.
I don't doubt. I'm not dissing you guys for doing this, but really, Cam,
We
really,
like swallowed her fucking face. It's amazing. Are they still swallowing face?
Yes.
Wow.
And the kryptonite dildos.
Kryptonite dildos and swallowing face.
I said that one time. One time. I thought it was gonna be like one joke.
Running joke. We made it a running joke for this whole bracket.
You know what? I am honored by that. Thank you.
Oh, the kryptonite dildos?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a running joke on the show now.
I mean, he should be marginally flattered by it.
Marginally.
Forrest, you said Constantine?
What are we on another one now?
No, Constantine versus Superman Doomsday.
Oh,
I wish I could have got him when he was under
yeah,
the roof of your car.
Okay, the next thing they're gonna do, she's gonna
Doomsday.
whack him. It's okay.
You said Doomsday?
yeah.
Phil?
Fuck. Doomsday.
Uh-oh. Oh. You know what that means? Unless James wants to wield his power again.
Yield your power.
He's the PA. We don't give him power.
Hey, if you haven't been paying attention, he's been back on the show for the last 2 weeks.
I saw for the last few times, yeah. He's still downloaded to PA.
All right, so let's give chat 30 more seconds before Big Bad Harv.
Big Bad Harv.
Big Bad Harv. Big Bad Harv.
30 seconds, James.
Shit.
You have 30
5,
seconds.
4.
Van votes Doomsday.
Ooh,
Van,
fucking-
that's good for Van. He's got to say it in chat. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Kyber K Productions is not in the chat, so
I got excited for a second thinking that Van was in the chat.
You guys had new people in your chat on Tuesday.
Yes, we did.
I mean, I may have been 4 of those people in the chat.
I was trying to come up with like a witty joke for that. I was like, I'm pretty sure like all 5 of them were fucking variations of takes on the beard.
Maybe. It's entirely possible. I was also on Twitch, too.
Yeah, that's right. You were on Twitch.
All right.
SMM Gaming.
No, I was Graveyard on Twitch. No, Graveyard, my real name, which people don't know.
unless you're in
Hot
a
out.
super secret chat.
That's true. Yes.
Or you're
All
close
right.
enough to him to know your name and know his actual name.
Yeah.
I've let it slip like once or twice, and I'm like, oh, I said his real name. Fuck.
It's all right. Captain slips up a bit on my name sometimes, but that's okay. I just ignore it.
Graveyard's real name is God of Beards.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
his real name is The Beard.
No. But you got to remember, Graveyard is not actually in control of himself. The beard controls the graveyard.
Yeah.
Hey,
Absolutely.
you want to be on distance nerding for like 2
Graveyard.
seconds?
Graveyard is nothing
But
but
hit over the
he's a meat puppet.
thing.
I didn't know you were on.
Yeah, I'm
If
on.
you say his name, you take away his power. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. All right. Well, heads, Constantine, the building, Superman.
Hey, Constantine or Superman?
Where's Constantine?
There you go. Now poke your head over here and say Superman, so your vote will count.
Did he just say who's Constantine?
Wow.
He's 17. Give him a break.
Oh fuck!
No, seriously. Get over here and say Superman so we can win this.
Here we go. I'm coming.
What the actual fuck, Luke?
Superman.
Done.
Oh.
Damn it!
At least
The
it didn't
power
make
of
out.
fours.
The fuck, Luke?
Julie also voted.
Oh, Julie, we're still on the same one. So Superman, Doomsday moves on.
Like it becomes 1,000 times more personal because I actually said his name. So it's like,
Yeah.
Dude, he's over in the kitchen giggling, so we're good.
All right. So Superman, Doomsday moves on. So to the final 2. So we have Wonder Woman versus All-Star Superman.
All-Star Superman.
all right, who wants? Okay, well, apparently, Fours is ready to die. Who else
Yeah.
is ready to die?
Cam, Anna, what are you guys voting for?
Wonder Woman.
Superman.
Oh,
Have fun dying.
Gladly.
And it says I ain't afraid of shit.
Why would I be?
all right, young Phil.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Did Sewong say Watchmen?
He's saying Wonder Woman.
Woman.
Woman. Fuck. I like them both. That's why it's like it's kind of hard.
Forrest took the fun out of the thread.
Seduce choking out Wonder Woman.
Seduce.
Not that I took the fun out of the thread. It's that I want you to put me out of my damn misery. Oh, this hurts.
Right. He's saying he wants you to end his suffering versus anyone else.
Yeah.
Where are we at vote wise?
If you vote for one of them, it doesn't matter.
But if I vote for the other one, it matters.
No. I just want to know your vote. Because someone else may be in the chat that may side with you. Pick one, Phil. Pick your favorite child.
Superman.
Superman? Okay. And let's give chat another 30 seconds here because if not, Wonder Woman wins it with 4 and Superman with 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, is Luke gonna come over here and fucking throw a monkey wrench into the fucking works again?
He can. Superman or Wonder Woman?
Superman.
Done. The wrench has been thrown.
The wrench has been thrown.
Oh, and Julie says Wonder Woman, so Wonder Woman is back in the lead.
This whole thing is just graveyard. It's like, please fucking vote because I don't want to fucking do this.
Oh, don't you worry about the month of October for brackets. Because
are we doing a spooky themed bracket?
Yeah, we are.
I was gonna say, man, October needs to be the horror movie bracket month.
Yes,
oh, absolutely is.
We already know. Plans are already in motion.
Because we all know that the live action Resident Evil movies will win all that.
Nah, it's gonna be Saw.
Yeah, so
With what's her face? Milia Jokovic or whatever.
that'd be screaming.
Yes. Multipass? Big bada boom. Big bada boom. All right. So here we are. The final 2 for this bracket. We have Wonder Woman versus Superman Doomsday.
Doomsday. What the hell are you burning in my kitchen?
It's ramen. Come on.
Oh,
I go Doomsday.
okay.
Cam, Anna.
I'm going Superman. Anna.
I'm thinking.
Phrasing kill everyone.
Yeah, we're all about to get a threat by Frey again.
Just for one to make it to the very last step and
Going
possibly
Superman?
get voted out.
We're both going Superman.
The other one,
That's 2 Supermans from this house.
Frey, the
Yeah,
other one
Frey-
is Superman Doomsday versus Wonder Woman. Not Doomsday.
Say Wong even turned against Wonder
No,
Woman.
really, Frey.
And Say Wong is dead. Cough, cough, Doomsday. He's passed out.
Oh, I've missed.
Sewong is he's teetering on death like every day, anyways.
Wow. So we have one vote for Wonder Woman.
And it's
5 for Doomsday. I'm just gonna throw Wonder Woman up there for Shadu so he doesn't get killed.
And then just put one in there for James.
Julie's in there with Superman.
Put one vote down for Wonder Woman for James.
Yeah. Wow. 30 more seconds here for chat. All right. Wow. Doomsday has it.
Woo!
It was a phenomenal movie.
So now it's Batman versus one lonely Superman.
Well, first off, we have the other part of the DC bracket as well. Remember,
Oh,
this
we're doing the
we have
two
4
of them together.
We have 4 because we have live action, Batman animated, and the 2 other DC animated for movies.
All right.
So that is, I think Phil. I'm gonna have to give you those. You're gonna have to probably put them up in the Nerdington Post and have a poll there too, and make the spectacle of the ultimate DC bracket.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You just reminded me I'm supposed to post another fucking superhero showdown. I also have to post the results from yesterday's superhero showdown. You guys want to know who won that one?
Let's do it live.
Yeah, might as well. Actually, you know what? I'll pull up the results right now so that way you guys can actually have the actual results. So the results of yesterday's superhero super showdown. Archive. Just as a reminder for everybody, yesterday's superhero super showdown was Hydra versus Cobra. So it was actually pretty head to head the entire day up until like the very end of the day. And Cobra pulled ahead with 9 votes over 5. So with 64% of the vote, Cobra defeated Hydra.
Wow.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was neck and neck the entire day. I was like, damn, man, if we don't get any more votes, like I might have to repost this one. And at the very end of the day, like just everybody just came and voted for Cobra.
Yeah, because I put it at 50-50 when I voted. I tied it up somehow.
You guys want a preview of tomorrow's superhero showdown?
Yeah,
sure.
So tomorrow's, I haven't hit the graphic for it yet, so I'm just gonna tell you guys what it is. But tomorrow's superhero super showdown will be Voltron versus Gundam.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I already know my vote.
I'll have to make sure that. Yeah. Yes. So, Shadu, we did. We had first bracket, yes. What about second bracket?
We've had the first bracket, yes, but what about second bracket?
There you go. And just so everyone knows what the final 4 are for the best DC movie, animated or not, we have Superman Doomsday, Injustice, The Dark Knight, and Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Ooh.
So we're putting all 4 of those against each other?
Yep.
So this is the culmination of the entire summer of brackets that we've been doing.
Summer of DC, yeah.
Right.
That's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
Because once that's done, we have DC versus Marvel.
Ooh.
Between the Marvel winner.
Yeah, it's intense just how fucking elaborate Graveyard has been with this entire bracket, and it's amazing.
Wasn't there 4 for the Marvel as well?
Poor Free Girl just threw in the towel right there. She's like, screw it, Batman.
Fuck all of you guys.
No, because we did non-Marvel movies. We did Marvel movies. I don't think we did
We did
Marvel
animated.
Marvel animated movies.
Anime. I thought we did movies or series. One of the two.
We did both. Let me go through my notes because I have TV shows, and we stopped that because no one watched many Marvel TV shows.
Right.
Marvel MCU, Misfit Marvel, Sony Fox. Remember Sony Fox? We did worst one.
Okay, once y'all finish up eating,
So-
it's time for bed. Okay. You'll go to school
I
tomorrow.
mean, so we can do.
Daddy.
We can definitely do best.
I just heard Luke. Okay, Dad.
No, we didn't do Marvel animated movies.
Oh,
It's a shame. A lot of the Marvel animated movies are so bad.
should we do the Marvel animated movies and then we can do pit them all against each other?
Well, the question is, I will throw this out here right now. Do you think there's a Marvel animated movie that is going to be better than Avengers Endgame?
Wait, say that again?
Is there a Marvel animated movie that's better than Avengers Endgame?
No.
No, but I'm
Right.
saying like do the movies against each other for Marvel and DC, like the animated series, or, stuff against each other. Like the winners of each pitted against each other for Marvel versus DC.
Like I said, we did Misfit Fox. We did the Fox and stuff like that, and then we did the worst Marvel movies. So I did.
Right.
I did Marvel differently.
Right, I know you did Marvel differently, but we can still pit all the Marvel ones.
We can.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we want to do a Marvel animated, like I said, I've seen most of them, but most of them are not very good.
The ultimate animated Marvel versus animated DC. We all already know it's going to come down to Batman the animated series versus X-Men.
We already voted X-Men being the best through the Norrington poll.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, so we can do the animated show, which we know what the top two are, and then we have to figure out the top Marvel or top DC, and then we have against the best Marvel, which we're saying right now, Endgame. There's no animated movie that's gonna be better than Endgame.
Right.
Yeah.
So just throwing this out there because we're about to do pluggables right now, but like in the time that we went, I got a whole bag done.
Dang.
Wow.
And it's Boush's visor, basically, is just the front of that.
Nice.
I'm surprised that I was able to get through an entire bag just in that.
That's what I'm surprised about.
So yeah, we'll do that because it's a 6-bag kit. So it's like I'm surprised at that. But so next week we continue Boushh. Let me switch mics and headphones and cameras real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, because there's only 17 animated Marvel films,
Okay.
and honestly, the best one of it, in my opinion, would be the Ultimate Avengers. Because we have Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2, Invincible Iron Man, Doctor Strange animated, Next Avengers, Hulk versus Planet Hulk, Iron Man. Yeah.
Which, by the way, celebrating that Cobra win. Rocking that Cobra shirt, baby. All right, guys. So that is pretty. Do we need to do some Hunger Games? Guys, that is it for everything here for this week's whole fun thing. Now, let me give you guys a preview of what we got going on next week. Because if it's who I think it is, yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing the return of Lawrence Iriarte, the man behind Lumpia,
Right.
Okay.
and for the most part, because me and Frey did an interview with him already, so we've already done an interview. We're pretty much doing brackets next week, but at the same time, he's coming on to talk about the new announcements that they did at SDCC
Okay.
while it's all still fresh. Basically, the biggest announcement that they did, aside from like kind of the expansions in the universe, is the first movie and the and Lumpia with a Vengeance are finally coming to digital. So
Woo!
right, and it's at the end of this month. So he's Flirt alert. He's coming on to talk about the new releases and everything that they've got going on within the Deep Fried universe.
Okay.
And funny enough, he actually booked another one for the end of the month.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he booked again on the 31st. So maybe they've got something new that they're going to be talking about or something like that. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. Him and I don't know if Diego's coming on, but him and Diego are hardcore nerds, and I love them both. And if they both come on, it's going to be a good time because especially like with us doing brackets, they've got a lot of input on this stuff. So.
Oh, and for the August of Ahsoka month, I will be doing a Star Wars bracket.
Yeah.
Movies and TV shows are 2 separate brackets.
Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi and Return of the Jedi win it all. Yay!
What's that? What's that you said? I think you said.
I heard him say.
I heard him say Rise of Skywalker versus the Jedi Tales of the Young Jedi.
I heard him say Clone Wars and Clone Wars.
Not the cartoon, the movie.
The movie and the cartoon series. Because the series...
The Clone Wars was a movie first.
Yeah, and then there's the animated series.
2 animated
Clone
series.
Wars
There's
and
2
Clone Wars.
But I agree with you, Say Wong. That's it. Phantom Menace makes the semis. All right. Guys, I need our pluggables. Cam, give us your pluggables. Let's go.
Alrighty, I am on Instagram at CamCosplay0. You can find me in the Nerdington Post. I'm slowly posting stuff of what's approved that I can and can't because I'm kind of trying to follow the SAG-AFTRA guidelines. So I will be in there occasionally.
You can find me on Instagram at Anna.MarieBaby.
Cam, the clown price of crime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
God damn it.
Graveyard, give us your plug.
This is what happens when I'm not in my normal studio.
Yes, I'm Gary, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out at Night, Mostly podcast.
I know you're waiting on it. Hold on.
All
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
You can follow us on all social media except TikTok because I'm old at Pod Out at Night. And make sure to check out the new show that is coming up. I have major work thing to happen this week. I'm scheduling out, getting calendar set up. So hopefully September, I will be debuting Conversations in the Void on YouTube. So make sure to follow Pod Out at Night on YouTube. That's where we'll be hosting all our interviews that we're doing coming up. On top of that, you can find me at Kyber Cave Productions 2 to 4-ish days a week. Make sure to check that out. There's a live gaming show after that. Go to kybercave.com. Pick yourself up the one and only Graveyard Lightsaber, which has a piece of my beard in every one sold. So make sure to go there and go to saberfonts.com as well. And I'll let Forrest talk about that in a bit to get all your stuff there. And top of that, go to kcpmerch.com. If you want the limited only beard in the chair shirt, kcpmerch.com.
I love that Forrest looks like, when you look at Forrest's face on that, he looks like what's his name?
Kenobi with shades on.
No, I'm taking the step further from there. God damn it! Dun 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 dun.
Hawaii 5-0?
No, that's not Hawaii 5-0. Come on, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Danger Zone, man.
Oh, Kenny Loggins?
Kenny Loggins. He looks like funny fucking Kenny Loggins in that. Look at that. It's 100% Kenny Loggins.
There you go.
There you go. Speaking of Forrest, I fucking miss you. Miss you so fucking much. Come back to me. Forrest, give us your pluggables.
I am the crippled Roshi, and you can find me rotting in my living room. Oh my god. No. So if you go to kybercave.com, you can get yourself a lightsaber. And when you do, head over to saberfont.com, get yourself a sound font that you can put on that lightsaber. A couple of times a week, you can find me over at Kyber Cave Productions with some pre-recorded stuff. Also on live gaming Thursdays, whenever I can take my show back. And following that, you can also find some pre-recorded greatness with The Last of Us. Still in the middle of doing Mass Effect and other games. and you can occasionally find me on the Retro Alcove. Also, you can find me here at Distance Nerding on Thursday nights. And hopefully when I get better at some point, I'll be back to sitting at my desk as opposed to rotting on a couch. So until that time, may the fours be with you, because God, I need y'all to be with me.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I'm your boy, Young Phil. Distance Nerding. Find us on all the social medias: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Threads. I always forget to say Threads.
MySpace,
GeoCities, OnlyFans, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, back to the OnlyFans again, and Fansly. It's all just pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels. And they're beautiful man feet. They have perfect tufts of hair all over the top of the foot. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find us all at Distance Nerding. And of course, Frey's favorite place. I can just hear her laughing right now in anticipation. You can always send us an email at
and it's nerding at
AOL.com. And it's nerding at AOL.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. We will catch everybody. Some of you guys we're going to see live here this weekend. Specifically speaking with Goku and Dragon Ball Z. Deborah is going to be there. All kinds of stuff, guys. Make your way to Oregon, to Central Point, Oregon. Come and see us at Anna Medford this weekend, the 12th and the 13th. We will see everybody there. Dance party time. We already see him. He's ready. Get Krillin on the screen, baby.
Blurry.
Distance Nerding.
Yeah, baby.
See everybody this weekend.
Bye.